Welcome to ComeonyespursTV. We are reviewing or previewing rather the last 16. We've had an amazing group stages series of the World Cup. We're coming up to the next last 16 and some interesting matchups. I mean, if the group stages is anything to go by, it's going to be really, really explosive in the next set of matches. In the meantime, come on, you Spurs. Welcome back, guys. Today we have with me, I've got three guests who were with us on the last episode. We've got Tokes. Tokes is joining us from Lagos, is it? Yes, I think it's in Lagos, right?
Yeah.
Bobby, I think, is in Dubai. And we have Chuma, who is joining us from London. So we got, I won't say where I am. I'll keep my location secret, you know? I know that.
Why?
Well, I know not out of London are looking out for me, so you know we want to keep our locations.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, we will find you.
That sounds a little bit like Taken, right? I will find you and I'll kill you.
Find you. There you go.
Anyway, it's good to have you guys back. Thank you for joining us today. We've had amazing group stages so far. 2 qualifiers from each group and a lot of upsets and interesting matchups and a lot of teams that we didn't expect will get this far. I've gotten to the group stages and some of them have come out on top. I mean, the highlight for me is Japan heading the group that contains Germany, Spain, and Costa Rica. You know, that was a bit of a turn off for the books. Also, the group that has Morocco, Croatia, Belgium, and what was the last team in that group now? Canada, right?
Spain.
Yeah, Canada. So they come on top in that group with Morocco leading that group and Croatia coming in second place. So that it's been a bit of turn up for the books in many respects. I mean, a lot of people didn't expect South Korea to qualify, or they probably felt that okay, maybe Portugal and Denmark will come away from that group and. On form, I mean, it looks like that. I mean, in that group, it ended up being Portugal and and South Korea. So a lot of interesting matchups in the stages. Bobby, I know you followed this matches avidly, and you know I know that you have a view on Senegal. Senegal didn't come up. They didn't come through. They came through actually. You know, because they came second in that group that had Netherlands. You know, and because of that, it's given us a good matchup today. And we're gonna play. Senegal are playing England tonight. You know, and a lot of that is for me is probably gonna be one of England's toughest tests. But we'll look at the matchups in a minute. The first one is I think starts at 3 o'clock today, which is at. Netherlands against the USA.
Netherlands.
What do you reckon on this one? Tell me.
Netherlands, USA.
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. I think I won't be surprised if USA win.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because I've noticed in this World Cup that USA have played 2 different games. One, they played a very pressing game when they've not allowed you to rest.
Yes.
Another is that they played a game where they've laid back and wanted to counter punch. But I think against Netherlands, I think they're going to play that pressing game, and they will not allow Netherlands to rest. And I think this stages, and I think Netherlands have not been very convincing in this World Cup so far. So that's why I say that I'd be more impressed with the USA. Let me put it like that, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised if USA come out with a win today.
Okay. I mean, that's we'll make a note of that. So, Falabi predicting a US win against Netherlands. We'll come to the predictions in a minute. But what do you think, Tokes, on this one?
I'm gonna go with Flo. What I see from USA is a lot of energy, and that energy will come to play in the second half. And the way the games have been going is the second half that looks as if it's the main. That's where these games are won. I think USA might just overrun them with energy, and they're also technically sound now. You know, they have the experience. They've been to the last 3 World Cups, so I really believe that USA will take this. It will be close, but I'm going with Falabi that USA will win this.
Well, they're missing the talisman, Christian Pulisic, and he's a key player for them. Here is injured, so he might not feature.
Oh, okay. That will make a difference, but notwithstanding, same energy.
Fair enough. All right, so the next one in the same on the same day, Saturday the 3rd, Argentina, Australia. Now, on paper, people will say, "Oh, Argentina will walk through this one ease," you know. But if we remember what happened in the group stages, and nothing is given, is it? Chuma, what do you reckon on this one?
Well, on paper, it's a decoration job. It's on paper, it looks like a 5-0, but this World Cup it's been something else. But I think if you watch that last game, for Argentina, Messi started finding those little pockets, and I was watching him, and he was enjoying himself in that last game. And Australia are a good side, but they're still not at that level where if Argentina are facing, let's say, USA, like we just spoke, Tokes and Olabi spoke about, it would have been a different kind of game. But I think Australia might be a bit naive, and Argentina might pick them off very, very slowly. And Messi's in the mood. I think this game, I think Argentina are winning. I would be very surprised at an upset. I would be really surprised at an upset. I think it's Argentina's game to lose, more or less.
Right. Okay. So that's in that matchup. We also have Japan, Croatia. Folks.
France, Poland is the next one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I was just thinking.
Sorry, France, Poland, England, Senegal.
France, Poland. Sorry,
Sunday.
Poland. On paper, Tokes, what do you reckon on this one?
Before I go into that, I just want to say something about the Argentinian game. After losing to Saudi Arabia, I can assure you there will be no slip-ups against Australia. They've had their getaway card, get out of jail card. They've used it already, and there's no other get out of jail card for them. They will not be slipping up tonight. Is it tonight? They will not be. Now, the Japan-Croatia, it's going to be a very, very good game. It's going to be technical. I love the Japanese energy. I can't even call this game. Japanese energy, the Croatian experience. So it's energy versus experience. I really can't call this one. But if I have to call it, I'll go with the experience. I'll go with Croatia. But it's going to be a 1-goal difference.
Okay. Beautiful. I think we also wanted to have a look at what's the word? England. Sorry, let's have a look at France and Poland.
France, Poland.
Yeah.
France, Poland, and England, Senegal.
France and Poland. France versus Poland. Lewandowski, Mbappe. That's the matchup, right? What's going on there? Chuma.
Yeah, well, the thing about it was the Poles are extremely lucky to make it into the final phase at the expense of the Mexicans. I think it was, if the Mexicans had scored, if the Mexicans hadn't conceded and then scored 1 or 2 more goals, they would have been through. So I saw the Polish people celebrating. I'm thinking, you're celebrating meeting France. So it's I think they're very negative, Poland. Very, very. I was watching it with a Polish colleague of mine as well afterward, and he was just he was not happy. So, so they were very negative. They were very negative. All they really have is Lewandowski. They have some good players, but for whatever reason, they were just negative, and it just didn't flow. Lewandowski didn't get any clear-cut chances. But with France, I mean, you look at France as a team. I think defensively, France isn't the best, but because they're attacking you so much and their midfield and attack is all on you, and Mbappe, Dembele one side, you take them off, you bring on Kingsley Coman. The kind of people they can get off the bench for France is lethal. So I think, yeah, it's frightening. So yeah, you look at that. The only thing, I mean, you're missing Benzema, but you've got Giroud, and Giroud is scoring.
Yeah,
you got Griezmann behind him, who you give Griezmann a chance, he's taking it. So France have all the weapons up top. If anything, defensively maybe, but do Poland have enough to threaten them? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a France victory. I think like 2-3 goals. I think I said it before in an earlier show. Mbappe is using this platform to create a distance between himself and Haaland because Haaland didn't qualify. And it's two of them that are the next best. I think he wants you, and he's showing it that I'm the best player in the world. I want to be the best player in the world. I want to take this mantle. So I think Mbappe will be very up for this one today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean that brings us to the England match, England versus Senegal. Now, on paper, this looks like a stroll in the park for England, given the squad, right? However, I think I'm upset on the card on this one. I mean, even though, okay, I'm sort of what's it called, conflicted on two levels. Okay, I would like England to win, but I love my Senegalese folks as well. Luckily been to Senegal and Gambia, so I've loved my time out there whenever I've been there. So it's been yes. After my wife grew up spent some time in Senegal when she was growing up. So yeah, there's a bit of history with Senegal there. So yes, it's
divided loyalties. You have divided loyalty.
This is it. So, but I think given how solid Senegal are, I mean they don't give too much away. Very solid defensively. They've got really good players. They're probably missing Mane with their attacking touch, but England might just have a bit too much for them, given the depth of England's squad. What do you guys think? Look, what do you reckon?
Well, the Senegal team is actually a very good team. Don't forget they're the African champions. Difficult to break down, difficult to beat, and we've found that England has found it very difficult to break teams that defend the way Senegal defend. I think eventually England will pip it. Eventually, had it been Mane was there, honestly, I would have gone for Senegal. This is a game where one person will make a difference. And in the absence of Mane, I think England they have too much for Senegal. So I'll go with England on this, but again, it will be a one score difference, one goal difference.
Okay.
That's my take.
Falabi, what do you reckon on this one?
Well, I just want to go back to that France-Poland game. Chuma said that I think France just have too much weapon, too much firepower for Poland. They just have too much firepower, and I think it won't be a stroll in the park for France. But I do think that France will win it by maybe by about 3-1. Maybe if they can even get a ball to Lewandowski, but I don't know. But I just wanted to just give my view on that France-Poland game. England-Senegal. It'll be an interesting game. It'll be a game like England have not faced in this World Cup, because Senegal will press and press and press. And also they'll be very physical. And they'll be very physical. And I do agree with Tokes. Senegal are missing Mane. But, this game, to be very candid and truthful with you, it's going to go down to the wire. It's going to go down to the wire. I do believe it will go down to the wire. And I believe Senegal can rattle England's defense. I do believe England and Senegal can rattle England, especially their two central midfielders. I mean, central defenders. And I do believe it will go down to the wire. It's not going to be an easy game for either team. And I find it hard to call.
Yeah.
I find it hard to call. And I my heart says Senegal. My heart says Senegal. But logic, I think, as Todd said, I think England might just nip it. I think England might just nip it with a bit too much firepower up front.
Right, yeah. So, Kane, you think Mr. Kane will come up with a couple of goals against Mendy and Koulibaly?
I think, yeah, no, I was going to say that. I was going to say Harry Kane has a habit of scoring in high pressure games. Like some easy games, he wouldn't do anything really. But then when it comes, push comes to shove, you put a ball in front of Harry Kane, 9 times out of 10, if he has a clear chance, and that's my thing is with Senegal is how naive are they going to be defensively? If they are trying to press, they're trying to hold England, one slip. And I think Southgate is going to have to make a very difficult call today. I think he has to decide whether he's going to play Sterling or Rashford. And I think my feeling is he's going to pick Rashford ahead of Sterling. Sterling's going to drop to the bench and Rashford's going to start. And if
so
he
you don't
does
think
that,
he can pick
he now
both?
has. Well, that would mean dropping Saka, and I think Saka is his golden boy.
Saka is his golden boy. Yeah, Saka is
Saka
golden
isn't dropping. So I think Sterling is the one that he wasn't meant to pick for the squad because Sterling hasn't been on form for Chelsea. He picked him because Southgate, I believe, still does favourites. He picked Sterling, and Sterling's a good player. Sterling's proven himself for him. Sterling scored the one goal, but if you watch his movement, he has not been that effective. But Rashford has got the bit between the teeth, and he's looking like. And I think in this instance, England are looking at people who run off Kane better, and Rashford can run off Kane all day and get chances. It's like a Son situation. He's looking more like his Son kind of clone in this England team. So I think if Rashford plays with Kane, anything's possible, and the Senegalese will have to look out for people running behind them. Midfield, England will just contain, like you said, like Tuk said earlier on. It's England can't break teams that defend well, low block, and Senegal have been doing it, but it just takes one or two slip ups, and if their confidence drops, England will just run that. I honestly believe Kane will score. I don't know why. I think Kane will start scoring if England go any further after today, after the game tomorrow. I think Kane will start scoring in the knockout rounds.
Well, I mean, I think.
But you can ask a question.
Of course.
Who do you guys think has played the best for England so far? Who is the outstanding player for? We're not outstanding, the best player for England so far.
For me, so far, it's got to be Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
Jude.
But without a doubt, without a doubt.
You read. That boy is unbelievable.
Yeah. He's just been amazing. He's just been.
He plays like Yaya Toure. I don't know. Do you say Yaya Toure?
Yes. That's a very good comparison.
And it reminds me also of an old Nigerian player, Mudashiru Lawal, back in the day. You know?
Muda,
yeah, box to box.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good player, really good player. You know?
Unbelievable. And he's just what, 19?
19.
We talked about it in the previous show. He was in the England under-17s at the age of, I think, 13 or 14 with his friend Jamal Musiala.
Can you imagine that?
So him and Jamal Musiala came up together, and it's just like they're impacting at the same time. So it's a wonderful thing to watch. Two of them have made their senior national teams at 19, made a World Cup.
Musiala should be playing
scored
for
in the World Cup.
Musiala like an adult, you know, like anyway.
He's just too intelligent.
Yeah.
Too intelligent. And Bellingham is the same. Bellingam's price tag, I think, has gone through the roof after this World Cup. I think
is he not captain of Dortmund?
He's captain of Dortmund in Royce's absence, yes, at 19. And a foreigner. Not German.
And I hear he speaks 3 languages fluently.
Yes, he does.
German,
He's my favorite player.
English and English and English.
Brilliant guy.
He's got a very calm head on his shoulders for a 19-year-old. Like I've seen him in the interviews, he's so grounded, So, it's like, yeah. But sorry, going back a bit further, Soji. Once again, the resemblance. Looking at Cody Gakpo of Holland and Dele Alli,
Yes.
that was what Dele Alli could have been.
Absolutely, yeah. But hey,
Cody Gakpo looks like him.
Yeah.
Cody Gakpo looks like Dele Alli. When you watch him play for Holland, you're thinking, what's Dele Alli doing in the Dutch kit?
Right.
Well.
It's I think so. Predictions for that match. Score predictions on England Senegal. 1-0, Talks.
2-1.
2-1 to England, yeah.
To England, yeah.
Okay. Dele, I said Dele Folabi. Sorry.
I've said I can't call it.
Oh, you won't call it. Okay, all right, fine. All right. Chuma?
No. I said that England will nip it. I said England will nip it.
Well, you can't call it. You don't want to give a score line, no?
No, I'll
2-1 or
go
1-0.
I'll go with what Tux is saying. Maybe 2-1 or 3-2.
Right. Okay. And 1-0 to England for Tux for Chuma, right?
I'll go 1-0. Yeah, 1-0 and pure defending.
Okay, I think I'll go 1-1 extra time win, right? For England. Right, so right, next one up on Monday we have Japan and Croatia. And also we also have Brazil and Korea. Let's look at
South
Japan, Croatia for starters, right? So Japan, Croatia, Japan surprise winners of that group. Face last World Cup finalists, Croatia. I actually think that, I mean, on looking at how Japan have played so far, right? And the fact that, okay, Croatia are quite good. I mean, they sort of, what you might call an effective team, if you like, not a lot of flair apart from Mr. Modric, but they just get the job done. However, the problem of one of the older squads we've got in this tournament as well. But Japan will run you to the ground. Japan will literally run you to the ground. They seem to have this sort of late burst of energy that comes to them in the second half, and they just sort of go at you like there's no tomorrow. I actually feel like Japan will nick this one. This is just my view. I don't know what people think. Olabi, any thoughts on this one?
I'm actually thinking Japan as well in the second half. I think Croatia will control the first half. I believe Croatia will just control the first half, even though Japan will run and run. And then I think in the second half, Japan will come out steaming and everything. And I think Croatia might just run out of gas, and I'm thinking Japan as well in this one. I'm going Japan in this one.
Okay, I mean, a mixture of us, Japan so far. Right, Talk, what do you reckon on this one?
I'm going to go Croatia. I think they'll control the game, and they would use that experience to convert that control to a win.
Okay.
Croatia 1-0 for me.
All right, that's fine. Shuma, what do you reckon on this one?
Well, I think I'll go with yourself and Falabi. I see with Japan, I think this World Cup is determined by quality and fitness. If you have the combination of the two, your team will do well. Croatia have quality, but I think this is like the second or third tournament we're talking about the fact that they have an old squad. And there's only so much you can do with this. They were old 4 years ago. Modric, certain people, Perisic, all these guys are like 29, 30, now they're 33, 34. And the South Koreans and the Japanese, these Asian countries, they can run and run. Those guys I don't know what their diet and fitness levels are, but it's off the chain. So I look at it that I think there'll be extra time, and I think it will be 2-1 to the Japanese. I think Croatia, it's just too much speed, too much pressing, and I don't know. I just think Croatia might wilt. Croatia has the experience though, but I just think the fitness levels of these Japanese, and now they've taken 2 scalps, so the fear factor is gone. They've taken 2 big boy scalps in this thing, so now it's like we belong.
Yeah.
So that goes a long way.
Germany, come on. I mean,
Spain and Germany. Who can say that? Yeah. So I think 2-1. I think 2-1 after extra time.
And don't forget, in both games, Germany and Spain, they came from behind.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it was in the second half that they came out and beat both teams in the second half.
Absolutely.
So they have no fear factors. And if they go 1-0 down, they will not get nervous, they will not panic or anything. They'll just take it in their stride.
Exactly.
Yeah, so everyone seems to think, apart from Tokes, to think that Japan will nick this one. So, right. Next one is Brazil, Korea. Now, this has got two of our boys there in the attack. Well, I mean, we also had Perisic in the last one as well. We had we don't Argentina, Australia. Have we done Argentina, Australia?
No, I don't think we have.
How do you
Oh yeah, we have.
Yes, we have.
Oh, we have. Okay.
We've gone past.
Right. Okay.
We've gone past first.
Brazil, Korea.
Yeah.
Right. We got two of our boys there. We got Mr. Richie and Uncle Sonny. I mean, golden boys. You know, the golden lock for Richarlison, and for me, the goal of the tournament so far, and for me also the assist of the tournament so far, from Son in the last match against Spain. What do you reckon with this one?
Against Spain?
No, Brazil.
Brazil, you mean?
Brazil, Korea.
No, you said the assist from Son.
No,
that was against
Korea.
Portugal.
Korea's. I mean, Son's assist against
Sonny's assist.
Portugal.
Sonny's assist.
Portugal. I'm sorry.
Richie's goal. Sonny's assist. The two stand out. For
yeah. No, I was just saying it wasn't against Spain.
Yes, I said it was Portugal. I'm sorry.
Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. I think I'd say in this game, I would look at it and I'd think, for me on paper, it's Brazil. But I think, like, like where they say like the greatest players or the best players are players that sometimes you don't rate them as much, but when they're not playing, you actually understand what their role was in the team, that they did something. I've been anti Neymar for some years now, mainly because I felt he did not fulfill his potential. I expected him to explode in this world, and he's done well. He's just not done as well as I thought he would be. But there's a Neymar-shaped hole in this Brazilian team, and you saw that in the game against I think one where Casemiro scored the goal, the winner. I think against is it Serbia? I think it was where he scored the one goal, and you saw there was a Neymar-shaped hole. There was something wrong in that front line. They kept giving the ball to Vinicius, who is an excellent player, wonderful wide. Vinicius tried his best and he got in a couple of times, but there was something there. There was something that wasn't ticking. Richarlison didn't get as many chances as he should have. And I think it's Neymar. Neymar is important for something. The lack of Neymar, there's no real creative verve to Brazil. They're just a regular side with very good attackers as well. So, but I think they'll have enough. I think they'll have more than enough for the Koreans. I see like a 2-0. I'm hoping Richie scores so Sonny can come back and recuperate properly from his facial injury. That's it. So that's my bit. Sonny, I'm sorry, you have to come home. But yeah, it was good while you were there. I think I bring Brazil 2-0.
Okay.
Me?
Oh, sorry.
Tokes, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll go after you.
Brazil, Korea. First of all, from a Spurs point of view, you mentioned it earlier. So far, we have the best goal in the tournament from a Spurs player and the best assist in the tournament from a Spurs player. So it's super exciting for me and for all of us, I'm sure, to see both of them against each other this particular time. But predictions is Brazil for me. The squad is it's complete in every level. I'm not sure whether Neymar is fit enough to play in this game. But even without Neymar, that squad is complete in every level. Defensively, which is very important. The old Brazilian team used to get caught out at knockout stages with 2 quick goals from Italy and things like that. This team's not going to get caught out with any defensive lapses. So with that foundation, they can go ahead and win any match which they meet. So there'll be too much for South Korea, and I'm going to go with Chuma's scoreline 2-0.
Right. Falabi, you're gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're three of us so far going with Brazil. Chuma said there's a Neymar factor. Yeah, there's a Neymar factor because as soon as Neymar touches the ball, you've got minimum two
We
or
will
three players
draw ahead.
on him. So with that, they already create the other
So
players.
yeah,
There's always
yeah,
this space.
yeah, yeah.
There's automatic space. So with that, and Neymar is sensible. Neymar is a very intelligent football player, and I agree with you. He has not exploded the way he should have exploded, and I think for one reason and one major reason alone, and I saw it in their first game. He tries to do too much.
Yeah.
You know, for me, he tries to do too much. There's easier ways that he can beat people. He has to always dribble one person or something. Let the ball do the dribbling. But once, I mean, and there's sometimes that when he does that, Brazil are on fire. They move the ball so much quicker. When Neymar is not, when he just does a one quick time pause, the Brazil
Simple.
puts you out of position and out of place. I hope we do see him again in this World Cup. There have been talks that he may not feature again in this World Cup, that his ankle is highly swollen. I didn't see any of that yesterday. He wasn't on crutches or anything. He was walking very freely. He was dancing. He was joking around. He was jovial. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he does play, if he does start against Korea. Sonny, I'm sorry, but we're probably going to see a bucket full of tears from Sonny and everything on Monday. We're going to see a bucket full of tears, but he shouldn't be too disappointed if he gets knocked out by Brazil. He wasn't expecting to go to the last 16. He's in the last 16. And I would like to see Sonny come back home, rest his face, rest his eyes, rest his body, rejuvenate his entire body and everything, and get ready from the 26th of December,
Yeah.
and to start
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
So I am going for a 2-0 because Brazil defense, Thiago Silva, Thiago Silva for me is
Masterclass.
playing is a masterclass. The way he even organizes that defense, but the masterclass is because he reads the game. He
is masterful. He is masterful.
he
He
reads
makes
the
it look so
game.
easy as well. And
He makes it
Casemiro.
look, and he does it with class and elegance.
Yeah,
And
so you're about to say Casemiro. You're
Yeah,
about to say Casemiro. I agree. Like
Casemiro is just.
people don't know how good Casemiro is
I
as a
mean,
player.
that
I
guy
think
is
a lot
just
of
super.
people
no,
He's
I
just
he's an
super.
amazing player.
I think people are beginning to see how good Casemiro is. Don't say
Yeah.
that.
No,
He
I'm saying
showed
like
yesterday.
I'm saying in the past, I don't think they ranked him that highly for Real
Yeah.
Madrid or Brazil. I don't think they realized that, he can score from distance. He has very good passing range,
Yeah.
but because he's surrounded by Modric and Cruz, everyone just took him as this defensive midfielder. But he's a real Brazilian player. And
Yeah.
that goal, that half volley shot, that thing
Oh
is
no, the way he
difficult.
snapped at it, the way he
We've seen
snapped at
people
it,
sky that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
He's something.
like Fred yesterday.
Oh.
We don't want to talk about Fred and football. Let's
No, he did.
no, okay.
He skied the Casemiro one, and he skied the Richarlison one.
Yeah.
He tried to flick it, and it went
He tried to
straight
flick
up in
and
the air.
turn.
Yeah. Now
Left
you spoke about Son earlier on, and just sort of a very nice cue to bring in this this post from Zeus on the WhatsApp platform. I think this goes, look, Son sustained multiple fractures around his left eye less than a month ago, right? He did everything he could to make the World Cup for South Korea, right? He provided 91st minutes assist to send them through, and he calls him captain legend, And I think that sums up Son in just in those words there, And for me,
It's pride of wearing the shirt. It's pride of wearing the shirt, and he's the captain. He's the pride of wearing the shirt.
absolutely.
I mean, look, the Asians, their mentality, when they put on that shirt, it's not it's not the Europeans used to have that mentality way back before in the 50s, 60s, and maybe 70s. But it's not. They've got too much money now. Everything is
Yeah.
about money now. The Asians, it's not about money. It's the pride. That's why you guys said it. They don't stop running. Blood, sweat, and tears, and die on the field.
Absolutely, and it sort of is personifies it in every respect. And as Stokes said on the forum as well, that his assist deserves an award of its own. You know, and look at the amount of players around him. You know, and he managed to thread a pass, like we said,
he stopped the play. The
you
beauty
know,
was he drew all those guys to him, and he knew exactly when to release that ball.
and just
That you can't teach that.
Yes, you know, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so we look forward to that. I think, yeah, like I mean, I probably agree with most people. Brazil will win that, I think, comfortably in the end. You know, yeah. So it leaves us with Morocco, Spain, and Portugal and Switzerland. Morocco and Spain. I don't know what guys think, but I actually think Morocco will nick this one. I don't know where confidence from.
Morocco
is winning this game.
You know, I have to think Morocco will win this one. Spain have all the passing, all the ability to hold the ball and pass you to death. But I think on this one, I think Morocco will do the job on them. You know? And I don't know what guys think. You're going to say Tokes.
Morocco is winning this game. They're very organized. They're used to teams like Spain, who plays side to side, pass. But this Moroccan team will not be caught out like the way a West African team will be caught out with Spain's passing. They will stay compact, they will stay organized, and when their chances come, they will take it. So I'll give this to definitely Morocco.
Okay. Chuma.
Well, I agree. I agree with Tokes, but I agree from a different point. I was explaining to a friend the other day who was saying he loves Spain so much, and I said Luis Enrique is playing Spain like Pep Guardiola had Barcelona in 2008.
Yeah.
Football has moved forward. Guardiola has evolved his style to be more direct.
When
the football Guardiola plays is no longer pass, tiki. And I told him that would be the undoing. And I said this to this friend of mine at the start of the World Cup. It could be the undoing of Spain, this possession passing thing. Football has moved on. You have to enter, you have to pen as quickly as you can and score. And I said Guardiola has found that's moving to Germany and England changed his mind. But Luis Enrique is still stuck in this time warp of Spain, a death by 1,000 passes. And Morocco are European. They have European-based players. I mean, they have Hakimi, Amrabat, Sofiane Boufal, guys who played, and they're effective. They're good midfield-wise, and they're effective. So I don't know if I don't know. I think pride maybe Spain. I don't know. I'm still going for Spain in a weird way because I think there's a thing in this World Cup as well where you now start making a team a favorite, and Spain are kind of the underdogs, and Spain would nick it. So I think Spain would nick it like 1-0 or penalties or something. That's what I think. I would love to go for Morocco, but I just think Spain would just
have a bit too much.
They'll just edge it like 1-0. 1-0 or 1-1. It'll be 0-0 for a long time, and then Spain will just do one thing, bring on that guy who can't really score but scores, Morata, and just he just toe pokes it in. You know, so I'm going Spain 1-0, but I wouldn't be surprised and I'd be delighted if it's Morocco. But I go Spain 1-0 at the end.
Right. Olabi?
I reckon this one's going to penalties.
Okay. And who come out on top after the penalties shoot up?
I mean, again, my heart is saying Morocco, you know, but I think this is going to go to penalties, and I think going to penalties, Spain will take it, you know. But Spain is going to have a fight on their hands against Morocco. They better know it now. They're going to have a fight on their hands against Morocco, you know, because those guys is going to be pride. They've got some experienced players, as Chuma said, and everything, and they've got some skillful players. You know, I think this is going to penalties, and I think Spain will take it on penalties.
Right. So brings us to the last match of the last 16. For me, we have Switzerland and Portugal. That's a big one. Well, I think on paper it's looking like possibly Portugal, but you just never can tell. What do you reckon on this one?
Oof.
Stokes.
well,
This one, it's going to be so close, but I'm going to go for the underdog. I'm going to go for Switzerland.
Okay.
For the reason that Portugal, they haven't been playing that well. Um, I can see they have the skillful players, but they're just not playing to their full potential. And Switzerland is playing more as a compact team. And we all know that at this stage of the World Cup, it's the team that matters. So I'll go with Switzerland.
Right. So it's looking like yeah. So what do you reckon? Talks Folabi?
well, who do Portugal have? You know, I'm looking. Can they feed Ronaldo? Can Switzerland hold them up? Switzerland, for what they did, I'm going to go for Switzerland simply based on what they did yesterday. They scored first against Serbia, then it went 1-1. Then Serbia went 2-1 up. Then Switzerland came back 2-2. And then in the second half, they nicked a goal and they held their shape and held on to 3-2. You know, and Switzerland, I know the Switzerland of this. Don't forget, this is going to be the third World Cup in a row that Switzerland are going to the knockout stages. They normally get knocked out in the last 16, and I think they've got a bit more experience now. I think they've got a bit more experience. They've learned a lot and everything, and in this one, and again, Portugal is quite an old side. It's quite an old side, so I'm going for Switzerland in this one.
Okay. Shuma.
I would say the same as Tokes and Folabi, and I'll buttress Tokes' point that as a team, Switzerland have this thing that I've watched Portugal. Portugal haven't played really well, but they've won, and you can only ride your luck so many times, and we saw that in the last game against Korea, and the Cristiano Ronaldo factor comes in. I think Portugal, like Manchester United, play better without him, and that's not to negate what he did over the years. I just think they're so focused on trying to get him to score or create a chance that the younger players, they had that guy from AC Milan, Emerson Leao, very brilliant boy, but he's been sidelined because everything goes through Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So, and then the Portuguese manager sets them up negatively for having a gifted squad like that. He has a gifted squad. They are very good players on Portuguese squad, but they play negatively. They're still attacking, but it's not what they would be if they had a real tactical master, like let's say Klopp or somebody playing with those same guys. The intensity would have been higher. But like Toke said, Switzerland play like a team. Switzerland are not coming there there's not about individuals. They're coming there like we move as a unit, we defend as a unit, we break as a unit, and yeah, you can just see that happening. So I'm looking at like a 2-1 to Switzerland.
Okay, I mean that's looking a little bit like everyone's agreeing that Switzerland might nick this one. I'm inclined to agree with the perspective on that. So I mean on the matchups, it's probably looking like a lineup that would be quite interesting if all our predictions come through. Because if our predictions come true, it means potentially we could have everyone says that the USA might nick it against Netherlands, right? So and Argentina will nick it against Australia. So we'll have what US against Argentina for the next round, and everyone saying Japan and Brazil. So probably Japan and Brazil in facing off on that one on the quarterfinals, and England and France on in the next round of matches, which is the what's the word the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
Morocco against Switzerland. So that's looking like what the quarterfinal lineup will look like on that one. So let's hold our horses and we'll see how that all pans out. Very, very quickly, something occurred to me. Somebody mentioned something when Spain were playing, because I think and the fact that the lineup had one of the young boys there. His name was Williams. I hear his brother is played for Ghana. Is that right?
Yes, Inaki Williams'
You heard
brother.
his what? Sorry, you heard his what?
One of the Williams that plays for Spain, one of the young boys that plays for
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
His brother, his sibling, plays for Ghana. Isn't
Yeah.
that interesting? A fun fact, eh? And
They both play for Athletic Bilbao. They were
right.
born in their parents are Ghanaian refugees in Bilbao. They're born there. The brother who plays for Ghana was considered for Spain as well, but he chose Ghana, out of, I think, reverence to his parents. The younger one is up and coming. He's going to be one heck of a player, the one playing for Spain at the moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's quite interesting. We're hoping against hope that both brothers would meet. It would be like a Boateng thing, Ghana against Germany. It would have been a repeat of that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Ghana did not make it through. So
yeah, that's interesting. So that's a bit of fun fact for everyone. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for making this one interesting. I think the key match in that matchup, what will be your most interesting match? There didn't seem to be any tough matches in that. I think for me, the highlight match will be Morocco Spain. I mean, that's for me is the key match for me in that and England Senegal, of course, but those two matches are like the key highlight matches.
But we've been talking about the energy of, I don't know, the energy of these Koreans, if they shock the Brazilians, that would be like a mega bomb dropping in the city center.
Absolutely.
If the Koreans can take out the Brazilians, it will be the biggest news, I think, in World Cup history in years.
Anyway, yeah, thank you guys. It's been amazing having you, and yeah, we look forward to seeing them on the quarterfinal schedule preview and review. Right? Thank you so much. It's been fantastic having you guys. Come on,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Folks, it's been great having you for the first time. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic as well. Chuma, as always, much regard. Thank you. We're grateful.
You're welcome.
Come on, you Spurs.
It's just